I can say for sure that our project is the most creative initiative in this decade. Hi, I am Rita Boros, the HR Director of Adevinta Hungary. Let me briefly introduce our favorite deck of cards. Imagine a deck of eye-catching cards that contains a lot of pranking, funny and incentive cards. We create new cards every year, hand them over to the employees, then they have the opportunity to use each card once a year. FunCard's mission is to preserve the company culture, make everyday fun and support work-life balance. We could not maintain our culture and exist without this deck, and we do not want to anymore. For the internal communication and the usage of FunCards, a Slack channel has been created and it is constantly showered with messages and pictures.
Hi, I'm Artem Rabtsevich, the General Manager of Adevinta Hungary. Before we get into details, let me tell you briefly about ourselves as a company. The Adevinta Group is an international company with nearly 8,100 employees in 14 countries and one of the world's largest classified sites after the acquisition of eBay Classifieds Group. The 40 different digital platforms of the expanded group are welcoming almost 3 billion visitors a month. Its local company, Adevinta Hungary, is present in the Hungarian e-commerce market with two market-leading brands, Jófogás and Használtautó. Besides employing 130 people, it is also an exceptional employer. Adevinta Hungary has been recognized as the most lovable and exemplary workspace, has won multiple awards for its community and HR programs, as well as numerous national and international awards for its social responsibility, sustainability and animal welfare campaigns.
Now we would like to show you FunCards in detail. Hello card, you have lunch together with someone you haven't talked to yet. Short day, you can leave 3 hours earlier. Twins, you have to wear the same outfit with another colleague and work together all day long for developers pair programming. Opera card, girls have to dress up elegantly, boys need to work in suits. Good morning card, you can start working 2 hours later. Happy day off or birthday off, you get a day off on your birthday. Socks and sandals, if you get them, you have to work in socks sandals the next day. Breakfast, have breakfast together with 3 colleagues, everyone brings food. Photo challenge. Anyone who gets it will need to upload 3 childhood photos to Slack. Workout. You have to work in a sports training outfit. Mixtape. Your chosen colleague has to send you his or her 20 favorite songs. Siesta. You and your chosen colleague have 1 hour to take a rest after lunch together. Reverse. If you want to refuse some prank, you can do it with this card. Fashion dictator. A colleague will tell you what costumes to wear the next day. Wine card. You and 4 of your colleagues get 3 bottles of wine to have a good time together. Cool card. Somebody has to bring you a little present or some gift to you. Chef. Your colleague has to cook your next day's lunch and have the lunch together. Sportmate, you have to do some sports in the office, like table tennis or darts. Helping card, somebody has to help you in something, for developers, code review. Sometimes playing these cards initiate a chain reaction. For example, someone gets the socks and sandals card and passes it on, and it snowballs into the whole office, coming to work in socks and sandals the next day. Or when a breakfast card with 3 people escalated into the whole product and tech department sharing breakfast.
Let's see the background of FunCards. The idea was born in 2016 during a brainstorming of the marketing team. Since then, it has come under the control of the HR department, and every year, with the help and ideas of other colleagues, new cards are introduced. But by the end of 2016, our headcount had grown to 50, and in 2017, with the merger of Használtautó, had grown to 88. In the new working area, there were huge spaces for both old and new colleagues. So we had to overcome both physical and invisible distances. In addition to the fact that they were increasingly moving towards medium-sized business, the company culture was based on friendly and familiar relations, and we insisted on this even then. In 2017, the merger with Hasnelt and the integration of the teams resulted in a more gentle deck with fewer pranking cards. This year, more work-life balance supported cards were added the benefits list. In 2018 and 2019, we also brought back older cards whose aim is to joke and prank employees in order to revive the fun and connection in the office. In addition, in the same year launching our agency sales activities, our sales team took inspiration and sent happy cards operating on similar principles to our partners, who received this creative and unique idea extremely positively and often redeemed the cards. In 2020 and 2021, in addition to importing extra incentives such as birthday off, a day off on your birthday, we were aiming to have a lot of team building cards. At that time, we thought that this side needed to be strengthened. The pandemic did not favor the use of cards. We worked a lot from home, so we integrated cards that can be used in the home office with the cards that can be used in the office environment. So multifunctional cards were born. During these years, we wanted to support the connection between employees getting to know and introduce the new colleagues, as we had a lot of new colleagues who started working from home. So we intervened in the well-functioning system and created dependencies between cards. For example, the birthday off card can only be used if a hello card has already been used and the colleague has met teammate with whom they have not previously known each other, thus supporting community building, our culture and social connections.
Let's see some facts about fun cards. It is innovative because it is not common in the Hungarian labor market, and although we have heard about similar initiatives in some other companies, it doesn't play such a central role as in our company. The deck is creative, inside and outside, gets a new design every year, and the content changes according to the needs. In 2022, the cards were designed and hand-drawn by our graphic designer. It is very important to point out that the cost of the benefits of the card is minimal. We have to count the time spent on them, so it is the most valuable benefit. It costs a few thousand forints, so this provides that employer branding is not always a matter of money. Its exemplary value lies in the fact that we could not imagine our community and culture without the card. Not a day goes by that we do not talk about either when completing a current pranking challenge or in connection with a funny event on the past. We consider it versatile because they can be used online and offline. There are multifunctional cards that can be used in both spaces. It can be used not only by the marketing and HR department, it is also compatible in sales and brings great pleasure to everyone. The sustainability of fun cards speaks for itself. Everyone loves it. They are an element of Adevinta Hungary's organizational culture, part of our everyday life. We can't imagine the future without it, so we will maintain it. Finally, I would like to highlight that the management and the team leaders take part in using the fun cards too. That shows the essence of our culture. We would like to mention that we can't get bored of fun cards, so as long as the company exists, there will be fun cards in Hungary, and they will bring joy and happiness to everyday life.
The objectives of the project were preserving the familiar atmosphere, eliminate physical and non-visible distances between colleagues, strengthening social relations, foster integration of new colleagues, building new relationships, supporting a strong organizational culture, creating well-being and good atmosphere at work, support our health conditions, maintaining work-life balance, supplementing the existing benefit package, from 2020 converting cards to the online space. In the first few years, we did not create quantitative goals. The project started as a test and everybody loved it. However, from 2019 we have been tracking the usage of the cards and create the next year's deck accordingly to the results. From 2020 we have set up the following KPIs. 80% of employees should participate in the fund. 80% of the participating staff use at least 50% of the deck. Usage of the team building cards should reach the rate of usage of benefits cards. Almost all of our employees participate in the fun card program, so the participation rate exceeds 90% year after year, with which our first KPI is continuously fulfilled. Those who are not direct users are equally indirectly involved, since good mood and cheerfulness are part of their everyday life. In addition, for internal communication, a Slack channel is created, which is constantly showered with messages and pictures of them. This gets others involved too, not only those colleagues who are active, but also those who read it. Our second goal, that 80% of participating colleagues should use at least 50% of the deck, is reached, because on average 68% of the deck of cards are used, which is a great pleasure for both the creators and participants, thereby helping to achieve the goals continuously. Our last goal, which was to make colleagues use team building cards at the same rate as cards containing benefits, unfortunately was not achieved in 2020, with an average of 35 percentage points compared to team building cards, so more benefit cards have been used. However, due to the higher number of team building cards, 20% more were used than the benefit types. In teams of additional numbers in 2021, there were 226 community building cards being used, which involved more colleagues, thereby strengthening social relations, and work-life balance benefit cards were used 188 times. The Slack channel receives an average of 35 messages per month from colleagues to use fun cards, thereby supporting internal communication and building relationships. Summarizing the results, the cards are a great success for both former and new employees every year, and from an employer branding point of view, they also support attracting and retaining. Its attractive effect can be demonstrated by the feedback from our recruiter partners, that each of the contacted potential candidates liked this creative opportunity. Of course, we also share the funniest, most creative solutions on social media, reinforcing the attractiveness. Summarizing the effectiveness based on the achieved goals, KPIs and feedback, we consider fun cards to be very successful. With their contribution, we maintain social relationships, strengthen the organizational culture, ensure physical and mental well-being by paying attention to everybody's needs, and converting the cards into the online space.